Okay, everybody. So while we have things ramping up energetically, end of the year things, holiday stuff, anticipation of shoes dropping, three-letter agencies disintegrating, money systems, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter what's happening in all of those. That's been a long-term plan that is in process and will gain momentum. And the key is, where are you in all of it? Where are you getting your footing and getting solid in all of your energetics, physically, mentally, spiritually, so on? How are you keeping the strongest column of light? Well, the storms are brewing and the storms are occurring, and the tsunamis of energetics and physical deconstructions are going on. The disintegration of old systems are occurring. You don't need to see them and be aware of all of it. Again, you're taking your nervous system and you're dismantling all of its beautiful connections by distorting it with all the information that you're overloading and corroding your wires and your pathways, and your neurotransmitters are getting like whacked. And so that you're not focused on your breath and the harmony and the vibrations of each organ, and then each panel that's within the energetic body. So you're wreaking havoc and chaos. And you're, again, as I've said before, you're putting a taser gun to all these energy fields, and you're not giving it time to rebound. So with that being said, while all of this stuff is happening, what's the one thing that's flying through the air? It's out of control, your control, right? Which leads to a lot of fear. And we want to hold on to things when we have fear. So we feel like we need to surf and get more energy and get more information through this energy. And it's actually an extremely unhealthy pathway that we're opening up because we're out of trust. We're out of trusting that what is occurring is for our highest good. And so fear is setting in, right? But we have basic fears that go on every day. We know that planes go down, cars have accidents, house fires, stoves, dryers. You trip in dark parking lots or down the steps. But what do you do for those things? You clean the lint out of the dryer. You clean your stove, right? You wait for the crosswalk before you go across the street. You drive a little bit slower and pay attention to speed limits. You assume that the plane you're on is going to be just fine, right? All these things, you put lights up where it's dark so you don't trip and fall. So it's the same thing that you would do for your energetic protection. You would do your mantra or your affirmation, your visualization of this column of light around you that is a spongy, beautiful plasma of living, breathing energy that can expand out and contract when you place your attention to it and command it so. So you don't live through your day, harm, 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 something's happening, something's gonna happen. But yet we place ourselves in those positions right now, every day, all day, and then listening to ridiculousness that doesn't apply to your today because you have this fear of missing out and what platform you're supposed to be on so that you're in a safe space. Warning, warning, let that all go, because it's taking you away from the moments of trusting yourself and commanding yourself and being in compliance with all of your energies of harmony. And you're the only one that can be in charge of your human resource. You're the only one in charge of your HR. It's you. And so once you become aware of that, you can't keep throwing out permission slips for everybody else to do it for you or get information from everybody else. Because again, you're out of the trust that you control your frequency, your energy dials, that happiness is a choice. How happy you are is a choice. How much you're giving to yourself, how much you're allowing your transmitter to really receive its God source sparks that's already there, but you're corroding all these layers in front of you, blocking and dimming your energetic fields and your light, and thinking that everyone else has answers and you don't. So I'm going to suggest that you take some time as these upcoming holidays are here and you don't listen to a lot of these stories that are going on, and that you're trusting that's what's happening around you is happening for the highest evolution of this planet and other planets, because it's not just about our species here. It's actually not conceivable to think that there isn't life on other planets, okay? And that there aren't other lives and life forces of consciousness around us here. So work on that peripheral energy. Work on grounding within yourself, whatever that takes for you to do it. Whether it's a few minutes of just deep breathing, collecting yourself, whether it's taking your electronics and moving them away from you so that you're not tempted to toddle. I sometimes have to take my phone and place it across the room on the charger and turn the internet off of it. Because if it's around me, I have a tendency sometimes to, oh yeah. And it's interfering with my own energetics, much less my mental monkey mind, right? And it takes me out of the heart space of just enjoying where I am in this seat, wherever I am. It takes me away from observing the obvious in the moment thing. But this takes deliberate intentions to place my attention on myself. And how can I be the strongest, amazing, beautiful warrior of this light, the controller and the commander, the chief of my HR, of my column of light. And that in and of itself is a lesson that has to get practiced over and over and over again. That's what I call honing, working with the skilling, and then beginning to master that. So then when you are on autopilot, you'll get a feeling and it'll click in. Ooh, hold up a second. I just threw water all over my electrical panel. I'm a little out of whack here. Let me hone it back in. And you can command it and bring it back in within seconds. And then give a lot of love and say, thank you. Thank you for listening. Because I can feel your responses. I can feel your responses. And then be that living, breathing, walking example for others without having to do a lot of and then take a out of it. And then again, get yourself out in nature. Go to places where you can appreciate just having space in your place of existence, wherever that space is, in your demographics, your universe, whatever. And if I can help in any way, shape, or form, I want you to go to my website, embodimentofthesoul.com. Make a session. Let's get you in these habits, these rituals of knowing that you're okay and that you're enough and that you are walking, breathing, living love. All right? Please like, subscribe, and share. And I love reading your comments. Have a good day.